All right, I will get started shortly. Just want to make sure that my screen is showing. Make sure that everything is working. Doo, 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 doo. Doo, doo. Hope tuning in right now. Hope everything is working well. This is coming in right. Let's see. Let me check something really quick and see if it started. All right. So looks like it has. So I'll get going. So tonight I wanted to go ahead and do a a live in the discussion that I usually come in every week and give a recap to training that is absolutely free and just recap over the week, not to go in too much detail, give you the opportunity, if you feel free, if you want more training, how you can access this training. It's absolutely free, the training that I am a part of. And like I said, what I like to do is just, share a few tips that I thought was valuable. Not to say that the whole training for the week isn't valuable. It's just that I like to point out just a few tips. And if you need a little bit more training, provide you with how you can get access to the absolute free training that's available to you. So with that being said, I'll get started shortly. And let me make sure you may hear some. How you can get access to the absolute. All right, sorry about that. And so now let me make sure everything is set. All right, there we go. All right, so first, what I wanted to talk about is, like last week, if you reviewed some of my training, I talked a little bit about videos. And so I want to continue a little bit about that. That was part of the training this week. And it's really about when you're first starting out. Thinking about, there's so many different things that you can think about when creating videos. And, just do them. Really and truly just do them. And what you want to do is, once you start doing them and getting comfortable with them, every day take a look at those videos and see how you can improve, make sure, see what didn't work. And really what you want to make sure is, when you're doing the videos, is what is your intent? At the end of the day, what you want accomplished. So you want to make sure you have like a call to action. What is your purpose of doing the videos, right? So this is something to think about when you're first getting started. Just for me, as an example, I'm more or less someone that, I've learned that, hey, I don't want to think about the details too much. I just want to go ahead and do it, right? Go ahead and do the videos, because that was kind of my hurdle, was just finding so many excuses why I couldn't do a video. And you can get caught up into that. So the whole point of this is, when you're first starting out, just do the video. Doesn't matter if you don't have the equipment, whatever that may be, just do any type of it, just do it. And every day, see where you can improve, see what worked, and all those different types of things. So, with talking about creating videos, I still want to talk about videos, because this was, a little bit more information that was provided for this. And it's like planning out a long-term strategy. Now, first of all, what I was talking about creating videos, just general, any platform, maybe it's Facebook, whatever that may be, Twitter, whatever, Periscope. This is more or less like I talked about long-term strategy, how you're creating videos on YouTube. There's some things that you want to really kind of look at. And when you decide when you want to do YouTube videos, and you really say, okay, I really want to set my channel up to do this or this, you want to put a plan together, right? Put a plan together. Write out the steps. What is your strategy, right? But I want to make this clear. Do not take a month to put a plan together, right? Because that's another reason why you can't get started. That's another way to procrastinate. This is when hey, you give yourself a short amount of time, maybe a week, and plan out. Now, this is really, you're serious. If this is something, and I want to mention this, that's why I kind of talked about first starting out first. If you believe that sitting down and planning out a strategy is going to hinder you from creating a video within the next week, just do the video first. Just start doing videos and then start a planning strategy, because you'll get caught up in too many details in planning. But start the videos, then put a plan of action together. What do you want to accomplish, with this channel, especially with it being long-term strategy? Now, if you want to know a little bit more about what I'm talking about with long-term strategy, check out my video before that. I believe it was for week 9, before this one, that I created on the recap. And it'll go a little bit in detail what the long-term strategy is, but you want to put a plan together. Now, with that plan, you want to see, like I said, don't get caught up into you need all these different video equipment and all these different things just to create a video. That may be part of your plan, your long-term strategy, to maybe get some type of equipment that, to enhance your videos, but don't allow that to get you caught up. But make sure you put a plan together and what your strategy, how do you want your channel to be? Do you want it live? Do you want it, just informational? Do you want it to be a review channel? Those types of things. And how are you going to create this? How are you going to do these types of things? Put a plan together. All right. So the next thing I wanted to share was product. Okay. You're just starting out, and you select the product and you took action, and you just can't get a sale from this product. You can't get any sale. You've got the audience from your Facebook ads, you're targeting right, the price, you've tested out all these different things, and it's still not selling. So the thing is, if you've done this and you've worked on this for a while and nothing is happening, the best thing to do is just move on to another product, even to maybe a different niche. Now, with this, I want to make a note of this. This is from me, really and truly, what I pointed out. Put a schedule together. Put a schedule together on what you're going to be working on. Because if you get to this point that a product that you selected is not selling, what you want to do is pick out a day where you are researching products. If you're picking out a day to research products on a weekly basis and you're putting products on your store, you don't necessarily have to advertise those products yet. And the reason why I say this, because once you get busy or you're doing types of things, if you get to a point where a product is not selling, then you run into, okay, now you go into panic mode, and then you have to stop your ads and go into the mode of researching products. Depending on your schedule, this may not be a huge deal, but it may be. So what you want to do is, if you're already, say you launched a product this week, right? And you don't know if it's going to sell or not. Okay, you doing it, no sales. Right then and there, like this week, you should have put out research maybe 5 products. That doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to run ads to their products, but at least before you got started, you researched about 5 products. I mean, pretty soon it'll be 10, right? But at least you research about 5 products. And, depending on your time, maybe you will have time to do 1, but at least in that initial stage, do research 5 products. Because once you research those products and you pick one to advertise, maybe that next week you still, that product is just not selling. At least you have another product already ready, good to go. And remember, when you research a product, you added it to your store. So you already have a product on your store that's ready to go. So you don't have to spend so much time saying, oh my gosh, I gotta find another product. Oh my gosh, it's been a week and I still gotta put ads up. At least you have a flow. So that goes back to some of the training or the tips that I maybe a couple of weeks back where I mentioned about putting a schedule together of what you're going to do daily, right? So that will be very helpful. But again, with products, the product that you select is not selling, that means you just move on. Move on to another product. You're done, you tested everything, it's time to move on. All right. So next is what to do when the advertising platform is being updated. When that advertising platform is being updated. Now, I bring this up because so many people may complain or they get scared. One of the platforms, there's so many platforms that do updates, but, Facebook, because that's huge, it's a great place to start advertising, understanding about advertising. When it's a lot of times, that Facebook, they're updating and people get mad and don't understand why. But if you have a company, you have technology and you want to keep your information updated, you're going to update it constantly. And there may be some inconvenience for your customers, or your clients, but you are bringing the best ultimate experience for them. So you have to understand this is part of business. So sometimes people get freaked out about being updated, like, oh my gosh, this is not going to save, or I'm wasting money with ads. Do not worry so much about it. You can do so many other things, like, if there's target audiences, and you want to put audiences together, anything that's offline, maybe do extra research, right? Maybe look into updating your store a little bit more. Maybe go around, maybe your descriptions on your store isn't too, you need to brush up a little bit on it, or, model after someone, those different types of things you want to make a note of. Don't sit back and say you can't absolutely do anything, right? And I want to make a note, while I'm recording this video, there was an update to the Facebook platform, and, without going panic, I still made sales this weekend. So sometimes you get freaked out, sometimes all these different things. Don't do that. Just, make a note of it. Hey, these are the things that I can do while, whatever platform I'm working on may be updated and there may be some issues with it. Maybe I may or may not be generating any revenue, but I sure definitely can work on these types of things, right? So the next thing that I wanted to discuss was why use custom audience option when advertising. And again, this goes back to Facebook advertising. And, I'm going to point out one. There's several reasons why, but one is a lookalike audience, right? And a lookalike audience is basically you're taking people that have customers that have purchased from your store. And what Facebook can do, and I've discussed this before on one of the videos, but what Facebook can do is they can literally find people that look alike like your customers. So they're going out there finding the people that look alike your customers. So it's really a cool tool to really play around with, see how it works. That's just one of the ways that custom audience works. So I wanted to point that out because that's huge, right? It's huge to have that. And the next, last but not least, what I wanted to talk about is what to do when sales are not consistent. You may have great days, awesome days, and then one day you get no sales, or they've gone down. At that point, what you want to do is do not panic. I've gone through this, panic, changing so many different things at once. Oh my gosh, I got to get rid of this ad because it's not working today. Got to get rid of that. And what happens is the next day it doesn't work, and the next day. But what you want to understand is business. And what you want to do is, you want to keep things the same as much as possible. Pick 2 or 3 things to evaluate. Okay, why did my sales change, right? What happened on this day? And one of the key things that was discussed, and I believe because it pinpoints, it's so much easy to pinpoint this, is picking out when this happens. Say your sales drop, right? Pick out, maybe decrease your price and your shipping charge, and just see if that was the reason why people are not purchasing, right? You don't want to change so many different things at once, the ad copy, the picture, whatever. You don't want to, but the very first thing is, if you got sales before and you dropped off, decrease the sale amount, the sale dollar value amount, and maybe the shipping if you are charging shipping. That's just one thing that you can do, but you want to evaluate what's happening. You don't want to say, oh, this is not working anymore. It's just a learning tool. And what you want to do is document what you're looking at, because if this happens again, at least you can go through the steps and figure out why this is happening. So just wanted to talk about those things for you, so you can add these tips to your current business. If you're thinking about starting a business, these are some of the tips that will help you out, especially in e-commerce platform, right? So if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. And you can reach out to me at let me get back to the end. Sorry about that. I'm live, right? So if you want to contact me, I have my contact information in the description below, but please feel free to reach out to me, especially if, the training is up in the 90 days. Actually, it's extension, right now for the free training. If, it says day 90 up here, it's still going strong. Hopefully it is within the time frame, but if not, please feel free to reach out to me. Here's my contact information: Facebook, Twitter, Google Plus. I have YouTube up here as well. Not sure what you're watching this. And then if you just want to generally get more information, if the training is still not accessible, just contact me through there, and it will direct you to some type of training to get you started and moving, especially if you're newbie. So have a great night, great morning, great afternoon, whenever you're watching this. And I will provide you again with some awesome training when I come again. All right, peace.